This week in the Restroom, we get a reset button on the Flush in Action video game turd from 2008. We've got sad panda acting, check your pulse pacing, CGI snowfalls, green screen backgrounds, and actress Mila Kunis trying to tough it up in a performance so bad, she makes bad moms look like Jupiter ascending. It's Max Payne, and before we flush it, we're gonna take it out and play with it a little. Restroom Cinema. We're here to flush it, so you don't have to see it. Greetings, everyone. I am Honor Knight, your head cinematic flusher right here in the Restroom. As always, I'm joined by my lovely co-cinematic flusher, Midwest movie mogul, Colleen Griffin.
Hey, hey, hey.
Sassy cinephile Sarah Polton is out of the Restroom this week. Sitting in for her is one half of the Steel Cage Radio podcast team and one of our favorite extended co-flushers here on the show, Dee Dee Moreau.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Let's kick off this flush with a round of Thunder Dump. Blow some ass. I'll put 60 seconds on the Restroom clock, and we're going to go around the cinematic bowl to see who has the worst alternate title for this week's cinematic turd. The loser will then get to read the RSS, that's Restroom Stall Stats, in a funny voice of my choosing. Here we go. Griff!
All pain, no gain.
Ba-dum-bum. Dee-Dee!
16 million candles.
I had Max Payne on my ass! Get it? Get it? Ah, Griffin!
Gotham shitty.
Oh, ba-dum-bum! Yeah, Dee-Dee!
Not the Punisher.
Yeah, you're damn right. I had Sin City Pain. Think about that one. All right, Griffin.
Burning bridges.
Oh, interesting. Diddy.
It's not like we didn't see it coming.
I had Mark Wahlberg takes a big shit on video game nerds. Griffin.
I'd rather see Chris O'Donnell's Robin nipples again.
Didi.
$2.99 at GameStop.
Oh, there you go. And that is time. That is time. All right, guys. Great round of Thunder Dump. You're absolutely right, Dee. $2.99 on that one. It
literally was.
Oh, my God. All right, that was a great round of Thunder Dump. Of course, we got to have a loser this round up. Miss Griffin is going to take
off.
Yeah, you got to steer the ship with this one.
Pick the girl who has to work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right, but I'm leaving you with a really great voice. So the voice this time Miss Griffin has to do it in is the voice of Mark Wahlberg. Have at it.
Hey, on a night, you're an asshole. But Max Payne is a 2008 Canadian. What? They're not even American. Neo-noir action thriller film based on the video game series of the same name. It was written by Bo Thorne. Whoa, Bo was the same name as my co-star. The film stars Mark Wahlberg. Oh my God, that's me, Mark Wahlberg. In the title of the role as Max Payne, Mila Kunis, Luda Chris, and Beau Bridges. The film revolves around revenge, centering on a policeman's journey through New York City's criminal underworld. Kind of like what my brother Donnie does on Blue Blood. Whoa! As he investigates the death of his wife and child. The film has been almost universally panned. Those people are probably communists by critics and fans of the video game. It holds a 16% rating at Rotten Tomatoes based on 131 reviews, probably of communists. With the consensus, while it boasts some stylish action, Max Payne suffers severely from an illogical plot. You know what wasn't an illogical plot? The plot I would have had if I had been on that plane and stopped the terrorist attacks. Members thought that Wahlberg's acting was bad enough to be nominated for a Razzie. Hey, I'm just happy to be nominated for an award.
That was awesome.
All right, wow,
Bravo.
absolutely brilliant job from Miss Griffin.
That was
as
great.
The voice of Mark
Thank you.
Wahlberg for our stats. Great job, Griffin. Appreciate that. Boy, if you like watching a crime drama as a cure for insomnia, and we got the cinematic turd for you. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh. This movie made me so mad. They had a budget enough to have Mark Wahlberg, Ludacris, to have all these bullets, but then they spent their money on candles and CGI snow instead of the plot, like they should have tightened everything up, added some logic. It could have been a good movie, and that's what makes me so mad about this movie.
But that's the thing. This movie was like something Stefan from SNL had created. This movie has everything.
Literally.
Like widows, policemen.
And we're going to get into all of that. Man, I haven't been this bored watching a Mark Wahlberg film since Rockstar, Planet of the Apes, Shooter, Four Brothers, The Happening, Three Kings, The Yards, Date Night, The Other Guys, Two Guns, The Lovely Bones, Lone Survivor, Transformers 4 and 5, Daddy's Home, Patriots Day, and tomorrow's Daddy's Home 2. That's your tie-in, folks.
Yeah, this movie is not sponsored by Daddy's Home 2.
No.
Starring Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, John Lithgow, and Mel Gibson.
Yeah, we all know. Yeah, enough said there. Good luck with that, folks. There are more constipated expressions in this film than in a Ducolax commercial.
Mark Wahlberg was doing like smell the fart acting, and Chris O'Donnell was doing like, dude, your character is suffering from IBS.
Oh, you're absolutely no. That's brilliant, Griffin, and you're right. We'll talk all about that. I don't believe in heaven. I believe in pain. Was anyone else in pain over having to listen to Marky Mark spit out all of his goddamn narration?
I couldn't even hear it, and HBO didn't offer any subtitles.
Really?
HBO didn't have subtitles.
I did on mine. I guess that's the one time Samsung has done me right.
He spits out all of his narration like he just woke up from a massive hangover. It's just fucking terrible.
Literally underwater saying.
Yeah.
It looked like the white dude version of Lemonade.
I haven't heard narration this bad since Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. This is terrible. I can feel the dead down here just pulling my feet, as opposed to pulling my finger, which might have been more entertaining to see Wahlberg break wind floating around on that green screen.
Yeah, but he looked like he just told the Max who smelt it dealt it.
Yeah, but a bump. Film opens with him underwater under an ice floe in a river, and he's doing this narration. That's the opening shot, folks. We haven't even gotten to anything yet, but that's what you open at. You got terrible narration. Then we jump to 1 week earlier, because we're too lazy to tell this story in a linear fashion, and too lazy to bother with a title credit. Like, you don't even know what you're watching. Well, we know. His wife and kid were murdered. That's his story. That's also the Punisher story. Thankfully, we don't have to see Wahlberg run around with a skull painted on his chest. Unfortunately, we still have to endure this lame video game story. So we should mention, folks, this is an adaptation of a video game, a couple video games that came out around before 2008, before this piece of shit was made, that has to do with this lame character in Bullet Time. We'll talk about that. The Matrix does steal from that as we go on. But anyway, he's in the cold case office, which basically handles dead files. Because
bearing two guns in the basement of a police precinct.
Because it's a very dangerous area down there, Dee Dee. Right, exactly. Yes. Why is everyone talking like they've been standing in line at the DMV for 4 hours? Everybody just deadpans dialogue. These two opening guys who have to set up his story, just monotone. Everybody is so monotone in this film. Everybody, actually. I don't think nobody's excited to be here. Yo, homie, that's a really nice watch. Can't you tell I just got on my street thug improv class where I learned this urban dialect?
Yeah, it looked like motion capture.
The whole scene in the train station there was like from the video game. I was like, are they switching back and forth between?
It was so bad. It was so bad. Hey guys, we're supposed to do motion capture. We lost the budget. Just do what you can.
Yeah.
Mr. Wahlberg, who's on the hunt for his wife's killer. His wife and a child were killed, and so he's looking for information. He goes into a train station because he has to get information out of this one of the three thugs. One's just one token black guy. And then there's two other, like one white guy, meth addict, and some other guy.
Or they all be token addicts.
They are token addicts. They corner him in this shitty restaurant, worse than ours.
Yes,
actually.
I know. I said to myself, do all restrooms in New York City subways look like dungeons?
Dee Dee, not all of the restrooms are as nice as ours. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Not all. They are. There are some worse ones. Not many.
One
not
flashing
many.
light bulb that you can't.
Well, I guess this ain't your lucky day now, is it? It's not my lucky day either, since I'm gonna move real close to you so you can kick the shit out of me instead of standing where I am. I love that the guy has the gun on him and he's 40 feet away, and then to save the slide, he puts the gun right up against his forehead. Why would you do that?
I feel like this dialogue was written by like a 7th grader who won like a contest.
So all hell breaks loose, and Max Payne starts kicking ass in this restroom. He tracks down the one guy who's the information in one of the stalls. Open your eyes now! in your ears as well, since Payne's gun sounds like a cannon going off every time he blows open a restroom stall door. Christ, I haven't seen this much door abuse since Monsters, Inc.
Yes. Yes, that's what that scene looked like.
I have paid my debt, so he gets. I guess he gets the information out of it, and then the guy who ran away gets killed via the green screen by a subway train. Right? There's a lot of green screen in this film.
No,
guys.
I have no idea.
Lot.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is
the
happening?
third.
This is like Ghost in the Subway. What the hell is this?
I have paid my debt to society. John Lovitz's less talented brother shows up around the 9-minute mark, decked out like he just finished a dress rehearsal for a Martin Scorsese dinner theater production. Who the fuck is that guy with the glasses and the big lapels?
I know.
The cocaine nose? Yeah.
Oh, God.
So he shows up at a fucking party to get intel. He needs another informant because the informant he just beat the shit out of in that restroom didn't know crap. Not now, bitch, because that's how you handle bitches at your own party. Discount Lovitz has a strong pimp hand, yo. Remember that walkthrough? And he just grabs that chick and he just throws her aside.
Yeah.
And not a very good host, I thought. That was really rude, wasn't it? I mean, why would you treat your party guests like
That was just so bizarre.
You think that actor was trying too hard? Like you thought that was his big break? Like I'm in a movie
God,
with Mark Wahlberg. I'm gonna be famous. It's based on a video game.
This is the role they're gonna remember me for.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord, I hope not.
I gotta slap this bitch around. Max, Natasha Max. Bond girl Olga Kurlienko, I'm not pronouncing that right, shows up around the 10-minute mark wearing a red satin slip like she just got done filming a Victoria's Secret ad, and they rushed her over to film this turd. That dress was high.
Yes.
And not high as
She
in
walked
high.
outside in the winter.
Yeah, what? Yeah, we should mention
like,
it's always snowing and it's always winter.
Yes, it never stopped raining or snowing in this movie. Not ever.
Not
until the
once.
very end.
You know, they needed some Pert Plus throughout this. Like, somebody needed to rain down some Pert Plus because this was either like some dandruff or like packaging.
Well, it's Head and Shoulders or Prel.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So she turns up to be well, not really an informant, but anyway. So, but while he's trying to get information out of her, we have this next line: "Mind your own business." Not a great line. Or we'd like to, Mila Kunis, but we're still laughing hysterically over your bad Russian accent that sounds like you work at a New York City
But
diner.
no, that's her actual accent.
What? She's not Russian.
Do you know anything about her?
Apparently, not as much as I should.
Okay, she came over here as like an 8, 9, 10 from the Ukraine.
But it's a terrible accent. I don't know what accent she's doing. She's not doing her Ukraine accent. She's
She
doing
probably did whatever the director told her to do. Like everything she was speaking was actually because she knows how to speak it.
All right. All right. Well, I don't know if I can let her slide on that. Well, granted, it's not as
You're
bad.
not gonna let her slide on like her native accent.
No, not really.
Like,
But
her
it's.
language.
I don't think she did a
accent.
great accent. But all right, if you want to go with that, she's been here for many years.
I feel like that's not her fault. I feel like that was the way she was like told to. Oh, that's not realistic, and she's probably like, really, motherfuckers, like this is how people speak.
So she runs in with a bunch of guys and decked out in black leather eyeliner and high heel boots. Kunis looks about as tough as a Bratz doll. She had no business being in this
the
film.
makeup artists and the wardrobe people.
Well,
on
it's all
her were-
it's all like just model shit. I mean, she looks like a fucking raccoon with the eyeliner and the eyeshadow. I mean, she looks terrible.
Like, the makeup is like dated from like at least 5 years ago.
She's a criminal, I guess, of some sort. Anyway, she wanted the chick in the red dress, the Bond girl, from Quantum of Solace, folks, in case you're wondering where this Bond girl came from. But anyway, Max gets her alone or whatever. Max, I miss you. Was anyone else creeped out at that dirty sheet draped across Olga's boomies around the 15-minute mark? Max Payne needs to get some laundry done, yo. So yeah, he takes her back to the apartment, and she immediately takes off her slip, which is barely there anyway. She's in panties and no bra, but we don't get to see her boomies because she's not going to do nudity.
This is a PG-13 movie.
You can't show boomies in a PG-13 at all?
No. Okay, the last time they did that was like 20 years prior. And 16 Candles.
Well, I bring up this issue because in the video game, the actual Max Payne video game, it is for
that's
mature
the video
audiences, though. That's an R-rated video game. That's for mature audiences. So why would you do a PG-13 movie of an R-rated video game? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
All the kids who play the video game will go see the movie.
Yeah, but Didi, they can just do the video game where she's nude in the video game. They don't have to fucking come.
No, here's what's interesting to me. You think it's like more because of her not showing her tits rather than the violence?
The violence is minimal in this. It's a lot of bloodless violence.
In this, you think that the reason it was PG-13 is because she wouldn't show her tits?
No, I think if they opted for a PG-13. If it was an R rating, she would have had tits and there would have been more blood. That's what I'm saying. Why didn't they do an R-rated version of an R-rated video game?
But I don't think that had anything to do with her not showing her tits.
I don't think she still would have shown her boomies if they would have got an actress who would have shown her boomies.
I would like to see more gore.
I would have liked to see both. I think if you're going to do both, do both. Not that we need to see her A-cup breasts. That's not an issue. I just think if you're going to go with the material, go all the way with it. The video game is R-rated. This film should have been R-rated. That's it.
You could still, not show the nipple and,
just show her tits. Who cares? It's just breasts.
Well, they showed her butt cheeks and she
they did, yeah.
Anyway, her
ass was hanging out of those panties. Yeah, I know.
I'm saying, everybody thinks that, it has to be both. I know. I would like to see a film that, Get Out, where it's
I agree. Well, yeah, but the way they positioned the shot and she had that sheet directly over her boomies, basically was saying, I'm not going to do nudity and that this is all you're getting. And I thought that was insulting.
No, that had nothing to do with her. That had to do with the MPAA rating.
Well, I think it was her too, because I think she signed a non-nudity regardless. I think
she was a nobody. She didn't have any.
Oh, that's true. Maybe she would have done nudity. All right. Well, we'll talk. Well, I'm gonna make.
That was the same year she was a Bond girl.
I will make a couple phone calls.
She did not have the clout.
You're kicking me out of your bed. Max Payne only fucks supermodels with big boomies, not small boomies. So you're out. All right. So basically, he kicks her out because he doesn't get any information. He doesn't want to fuck her. Go figure that, right? Call me. I need some more stuff. That's when she gets outside. Considering you're imagining black CGI angels chasing you through an alley, no, you don't. 17-minute mark. So she basically goes outside and gets murdered by a black CGI angel. We're going to talk more about that as we go. Nobody knows what that is yet, but...
Yeah, I have no idea what is happening right now at this point.
Look, jump in, will you? Donnell Loge, or Donnell Loge. I can't pronounce that guy's name.
Donnell Loge.
Thank you. Shows up around the 18-minute mark looking like he just stepped off the set of Starsky and Hutch.
This is what a Harvard education gets you.
That's what I said. And also, no crappy crime drama is complete without a homeless attired cop. He's wearing that stupid black
the
beaner cap. There's always that cop. There's always that cop that hasn't showered in 2 weeks.
He's making his money now as a cop in Gotham.
Yeah, he's on Gotham, folks. So this is the guy from Gotham, in case you're wondering. But before he did Gotham, he had to do stupid shit like this. Let's take a ride while the discount Jason Statham killer continues to look down over the alley without anyone noticing. Sure, 20-minute mark. So basically, he takes Max Payne to the crime scene where the Olga character we've been talking with, the small boomies, the A-couple we just got killed, who would do the nudity in that alley by the Black Angel.
You're literally referring her as the A-cuppy?
I know, it's kind of horrible, but wow. I know, considering everything that's been happening in the last...
Weinstein would love
yeah, well, ouch. So anyway, yes, Olga gets killed, and they're investigating, and she gets torn apart, by the way. But anyway, the killer is this whacked out dude who's bald. It looks like Jason Statham's less attractive brother, looking down. I don't know how they didn't spot that guy. Nobody looked up. 1,400 cops. Nobody's looking up. But all right.
Right. He's
still out there. We're done here. I refuse to get any wetter during this bro douche cop scene. So basically, they go to have a beer, and apparently now Donnell Loge.
Wait, Donald Logue?
Thank you. He was an ex-partner of Max Payne. They used to be partners as cops, but they had a falling out after
his... Irish, dude.
Well, you know what? I didn't...
He was Jimmy the cab driver in those MTV promos.
Oh, you're right. 90s. You're absolutely right. No, he's a very talented actor. I know we're banging on for showing up here. Does anybody remember
Jimmy the cab driver?
Just you, apparently. I should remember him. I lived in the 90s.
I wasn't watching MTV in the 90s.
Alex, so anyway, they have a breakup scene. They go away. They don't agree. Alex, you in there? I don't have to search this oversized New York City apartment I can't afford on a cop salary all by myself at the 24-minute mark. So how does he end up back at his own apartment looking for the guy he just left? There's a lot of cop stuff that's going on here because they have a breakup. And
it's a lot of tired tropes.
All right, that's not helping.
But they don't explain them. That's why they don't work. Right. It's because they don't take the time to really explain them.
So they're in research. So basically, Donald Loge finds out something. Damn, I can't pronounce that name right. About his wife's, not his wife, Mr. Payne's wife's death, and it goes to his apartment to check on it. Donald.
He calls him, and then he leaves a message on like an '80s answering.
Yes.
That is what I was like. Who the hell would have that?
It didn't even look like an answering machine. Remember those cassette players you would use to things on?
Yeah,
I
in
know. I was
2008.
like, my God, who
I
has
know.
who had an answering machine like that?
Apparently, the editor had a seizure around the 25-minute mark since you can barely tell Wahlberg is getting the shit kicked out of him by an unknown assailant. I haven't seen this many half-assed cuts since my last trip to Great Clips.
Yeah, that was
Hey-o! All right.
It was seriously like the worst music video you've ever seen.
Technical note, if you shoot an ankle gun while still attached to your ankle, your new nickname, it will be Gimp.
Yeah, you're gonna shoot
Yeah, so this
yourself.
jackass, that's the solution to killing the guy who was assaulting him in that scene, is he has an ankle gun that he fires from his ankle. You're going to shoot off your ankle, you moron. Yeah, you can't do, don't try anything that you see in crappy cop movies like this one, because you're going to get injured. You have to take the gun out of the ankle holster and then shoot the guy. You cannot do it from your ankle. Alex is dead. Pooh. Kudos to, say it again, Griff.
Kudos to, Donald Logue.
Thank you for turning up dead only
Good
five.
Lord.
Only
Good
five.
Lord. I mean, seriously, you're going to be appointed to Trump's cabinet.
Oh, for turning up dead only after 5 minutes of screen time and thus escaping this crappy production. I'm going to give him credit for that. He was in and out real quick. He literally had 5 minutes.
Hey, Honor, say
Yes.
Puerto Rico.
It's Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So he was such a bright light in this company.
You don't even get it.
Yeah, no, I don't. And I'm sure his wife's murder will have nothing to do with the pharmaceutical company she worked for, sure. Kate Burton, the lovely Kate Burton, who's on
Oh
a
my
show.
God, why is she here?
I
Why
know
is she here?
Yeah, she's the big baddie of this. Really, the whole film. We're not spoilers, but she works for a pharmaceutical company that Chris O'Donnell character works for. We're not talking about him yet, but he's going to be coming up shortly. Anyway, what's his name? Payne's wife worked for this same pharmaceutical company, and who was killed, and his kid.
Wasn't her name Michelle?
Yeah.
No, his wife's name's Michelle, yes. And all this is going to tie together, folks, so bear with. But anyway, the lovely Kate Burton plays the head of pharmaceutical. Best known, in my opinion, well, she's best known for stuff later on, but Big Trouble in Little China is where I first discovered her, and she was delightful.
Oh, there's Grey's Anatomy. She was.
There you go. Yeah, she's been around for many, many years, and she's a great character actress.
Yeah.
Just Google her, folks. All it would have taken is one word from you, ... or words like, I'm a bird. Canadian singer Nelly Furtado shows up around the 28-minute mark, attempting to act between shooting videos for her forgetable music.
Was she the widow?
Hold on. Well, yeah, she's the widow of the... Yeah,
oh, my God.
She's the widow of the...
I heard she was so bad as an actress. Good Lord.
Exactly. Like, when your dramatic monologue is, centering on Nelly Furtado, you know you have a problem.
I haven't seen a singer this irrelevant since Nora Jones turned up in Ted, which is also a Mark Wahlberg film. Coincidence?
Oh,
I think not. I think
even
that's
the slap looked so fake. It looked like she was wiping his face.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And
Canada is still apologizing for Nelly Furtado, in addition to Bryan Adams.
Me,
So,
she can be deported for her acting.
Max Payne shows up at this.
I'm saying this as somebody who loves her.
I know. Max Payne shows up at the wake for the Donnell Loge character. I'm still not pronouncing that right. God, I gotta stop drinking at 5 p.m. I gotta start drinking later. I cannot start at 5 p.m. And so anyway, as a result of that, Nelly Furtado plays the widow of that character, and she's terrible, guys. If you've been waiting for Nelly Furtado to act, this is really not the film you should be watching.
It's because they couldn't get Courtney Cox.
What has Max Payne done? Only assaulted some restroom stall doors and got the shit kicked out of him in the last 30 minutes. So not much.
Oh my God.
We should mention, folks, this is a slow burn because Nelly Furtado smacks his face and utters that line. That too. And so Max Payne hasn't really done shit in the last 30 minutes, folks. We should mention there is action coming. It's just not going to be soon, so bear with us. Also, if anyone had said make it Payne at any point during the film, I would have given this third a thumbs up. Come on. That would have been awesome. All right. I guess I'm alone on that one. All right. So that happens when people are tired. Geez. Watch out for this prick. Bo Bridges turns up as his buddy in this. And I'm putting air quotes on that one. In fact, Bo Bridges is in this, folks. I'm not going to talk too much about Bo Bridges, but he worked in the same police department as Max Payne, and now he's head of security for that pharmaceutical company that Kate Burton is the head of. We should mention that. Geez. Watch out for this prick. The prick in question being Ludacris, who's about as believable as an internal affairs agent as I am a rap star.
I know.
When did Luda ever get better? I guess maybe the
Well, it's all about burning bridges. I mean, he's he's Ludacris Bridges. We've got Bo Bridges, so we got some Bridges. So it's all about burning bridges.
All right, Griffin with the win. Nice going.
Wow. But I'm tired.
For being tired? That was money. Ludacris. He plays an internal affairs agent. He gets worse as the film goes on, believe it or not.
He's still doing better than Tyrese.
You pissing a cup for us? Can we at least see that? Or Wahlberg getting a colonoscopy? Any medical procedure at this point would be more exciting than what's happening on screen. So basically, Ludacris tells him he's got to show up at the IA office, and he shows up, and Ludacris is trying to figure out what's going on with his... He doesn't apparently know about Wahlberg's past, or Payne's past, even though he works in the same city, and he should know this information. But so he's asking about stuff that he's been working on, and basically Payne says, fuck you, and walks out. Open the door, Max! Nothing is more riveting than watching Wahlberg sort through some files while a cop tries to break down a door. 33-minute mark. So he goes to Donald... God, I can't pronounce that guy's name, who's dead.
Donald Logue. He's not dead.
He is dead.
Well,
Donald Logue is dead. He's dead in the movie. No, not real. Yeah, Jesus,
the real guy.
I should say his character, folks. So he goes to his old office to get information. There's an illegal drug we should mention, and people are dying. The angels, the CGI Black Angels, we're going to get to that. Anyway, everybody has this angel tattoo, these wings tattoo, which apparently were like buy one, get one free in the city, because everybody's fucking got one. And we're going to talk about that as we go. Drop it,
yes,
shithead.
The city where the streets are completely empty when they drive around.
That and and it's always snowing. So if you've ever been to New York, folks, it doesn't snow that much, and the streets aren't that empty. But that's all right. It's a whole
literally, they were driving with no cars, no people, nothing, and just snow blowing around. Like they were in the middle of nowhere.
Did you notice how it was like dander snow and then sideways snow? Dander snow, sideways snow.
Bizarre.
Drop it, shithead. Kunis is about as tough as a pro wrestling twink. 36-minute mark there. So basically, she corners. Think about that one. She corners Mr. Payne in some god awful location. I haven't seen miscasting this bad since Mila Kunis in anything other than that '70s show. Has she been good in anything?
I like her. I mean,
in
honestly,
what? But in what? I like her too. But in what has she been good in other than?
She was in that stupid ass movie with Justin Timberlake, and I liked her.
All right, audience of
one.
I
did not hate Bad Moms.
No, I like Bad Moms, so I'm gonna.
I'm sorry, and I like Meg Griffin.
No, she does great she does great voice acting as Meg Griffin. But I will give you Bad Moms, but that's only because of Kathryn Hahn really carrying that film.
No, she did well on her own too.
All right. Didi, you like her anything else other than?
Yeah, you know what? I don't.
No.
I was just like fixated on the fact that she had that no accent at all, even though she was supposed to be Russian.
And she's wearing like 5-inch heels the entire time.
Yeah, running around and
totally practical.
And...
Yeah. If you tried to run at 5-inch heels, I have a hell of a time getting down the street personally. But
in the blowing snow.
Yeah, in the wet ground, right?
In the rain,
I noticed the heels. They were about 2.5 to 3. They weren't.
You think
5.
they were 5?
Yeah, she was like a dominatrix with those.
Yeah,
okay.
She's like 5'2", right? Isn't she like 5'2"? She's short.
Well, hey,
she's
tiny.
No. I'm being the dork. I was looking at the height of her heels.
Oh, fucking hooker boots. They're terrible. And yeah, so anyway, she runs.
Hooker. Anybody who wears anything higher than a flat is a hooker.
Or a model, or a supermodel. She's neither.
Not an assassin.
Right. She's not a hooker. Right.
She was miscast. You could tell she was like, "What the fuck am I doing here?"
You try anything and I'll kill you. And then I wrote, ha 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 ha. Okay, so we agreed that none of her dialogue sticks because she's not believable as a 5'2" assassin. I'm sorry.
Right.
So anyway, they hook up together to get information to go to find out more information about who's getting killed and what this drug is. And they end up at a tattoo shop, so stay with us. I want to get this tattoo. Since when do drug users get tattoos to match their drug they're getting high on? At the 41-minute mark. I don't understand that.
Maybe that's the way that they can't rat on them.
Okay. I wish that was clearer in the film, but
since when does the tattoo guy have a book of Norse mythology just lying around?
That's a bigger question.
When did Donald Logue notice it, but Mark Wahlberg never did?
The one you are looking for is called Lupino, not actress Ida Lupino, mind you. Big difference. And that's a deep cut. Nobody's getting that.
Nyong'o?
Okay, so we got 2 cuts. Griffin's is more relevant than mine. So if you were born in the 40s, you're gonna get my reference. If you're current, you're gonna get Griffin's reference.
If you want to go see Star Wars or Black Panther,
right?
You're gonna get
stay with Griffin. But if you want to go see Sorry Wrong Number, you're gonna get mine. So there you go. I think it's a win-win, Griff. I think we covered
Catch
40 to 50
every
years.
demographic.
Of the show, yes.
We are inclusive.
Right.
Stay away from Max Payne. You don't want to be near him when Judgment Day comes. Considering we're still waiting on Judgment Day, get comfortable, kids.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, by the time
like
Payne,
voodoo guy, like what
yeah,
was
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy?
So Miss
Dude, I feel like Judgment
Kunis.
Day is every day I open up the Twitter app.
Yeah, well, yeah, no shit. So Mila Kunis goes to see some guy who's no doubt will be in the Black Panther movie next February to get information on Max Payne, and he basically just tell her to stay away from him because
No. This was like so random. Like
it was random,
like,
right?
Random African warlord.
I need to tell you about Max. Nothing like stopping your action film cold with an exposition, damn it, dump around the main character's backstory that we could have probably figured out on our own at the 49-minute mark. So basically, Bo Bridges chimes into some other Ludacris and tells them everything that happened with Max Payne. So in case you're wondering, folks, Max Payne's wife and kid were killed by supposedly by this Lupino guy this Jason Statham dude we talked about earlier. Just drug people.
And actually Lupino was Lupino, sorry, was, no pun intended, the breakout star from Prison Break.
Oh, is that what he was from? Okay,
yes.
Good. All right, good, awesome.
Yes.
Well, yeah, he looks like he has talent. Here he's wasted, but I thought he could do more.
Yeah, Murray Nolasco.
Also, how does the IA agent not already know about Payne's past? His wife and kid were murdered, and they all work in the same city. So Ludacris should have known his entire history. Like, it's a murder. It's an act of murder.
And it was in the same precinct. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
exactly. That's what I didn't understand at all.
There's no way Bo Bridges would have had to explain that to Ludacris because he would have already known this information. IA is pretty well connected. And you just do a data search and that would have came up. But all right.
And it's like right here where I was like, I know exactly how this movie is.
It's like literally right here. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, really?
Like, literally right here. I wrote 47 minutes.
Really?
I feel like I know how this will end.
There's something that I can help you with, Detective. Strangely enough, Chris O'Donnell, here we go, looks more like a detective in that Inspector Clouseau trench coat around the 55-minute mark than Wahlberg does in that cheap leather jacket. So we should mention Chris O'Donnell is working for the pharmaceutical company, which is headed up by Kate Burton that we mentioned earlier. And he's dressed in this awful trench coat. And and Mr. Payne has to interrogate him by punching him repeatedly in the face. We're gonna
no. That, like, remember when he ripped out the phone?
Yeah,
that was the most disinterested ripping out of a phone that I have ever seen. It was
he didn't want to do it. He's like, all right. So basically, he has to get information out of Chris O'Donnell about what happened to his wife, because Chris O'Donnell knows what happened to his wife, because he has that Millennia envelope, or that Manila envelope, damn it, I can pronounce that right, that, of course, has all the information about that you need to know in one envelope, because that's always how it works, guys. You always have one envelope that has all this information.
Everything.
And so he starts beating the shit out of him in his own office, and apparently Griffin, lackadaisically pulling the phone out of the wall. And he really didn't pull it out.
He didn't even pull it out of the wall.
No, he didn't. He just threw it.
Chris O'Donnell still had the handset in his hand, and Mark Wahlberg pulled the unit out. Yeah, and he was just kind of, and like Chris O'Donnell was just kind of staring at him like,
"What are you doing?"
He wasn't even pressed at all.
He's trying to call for help, and then he says it was a government project. Cue another exposition dump around the 58-minute mark as Wahlberg essentially beats the information out of Robin. However, since we never really liked O'Donnell as Robin, this scene's a plus. Ouch. All right. So apparently there was one Robin fan in the crew tonight.
Well, no, I just feel bad for him. He got a bad run of it.
Yeah, he really did have a bad run, Chris O'Donnell. I guess, was he doing religious films now?
No, he's on NCIS.
Is he?
NCIS New Orleans, I think.
Oh, okay. All right, good. All right.
No, he's not Kirk Cameron. He's
thank God.
Yeah.
Get the envelope. Get it. It's actually right there on the desk about a foot away from Payne. You fucking get it. I like how he tells, poor O'Donnell to get the envelope. It's right there. It's literally right there.
I know. I thought O'Donnell did the best acting in the movie.
Yeah, O'Donnell says he's going to clear all this up, but he has to get the envelope, which has all the information, and Payne has to get O'Donnell's character out of that office building, the pharmaceutical company. But here we go. But we're going to have a problem because they already called the fucking cops, and here we go. We have machine gun fire at Midtown. Well, we finally, and I put that in capitals, get to an action scene, guys. Only 1 hour into a film that runs an hour and 40 minutes. What the fuck? It's even the video game had more action than this movie does.
No, it's insane how much, how long they waited to introduce certain characters.
Honestly, the only action we have before this hour mark is that bathroom stall door abuse scene.
Well, and the dandruff snow.
Oh, all right. Yes, we had a lot of dandruff snow, but as far as a proper shootout, an hour, hour in. Technical note: How is an entire well-armed SWAT team not able to take out one guy with a handgun?
Yes.
Are they all stormtroopers in their spare time?
That was literally what I wrote too. I said, "What are they, stormtroopers?"
All right.
Literally what I wrote.
They could have easily. They should have killed him instantly. He's right there, out in the open. It didn't even make any sense. Oh
Right.
my God! It's the worst shootout
And he's
I've ever seen.
running and shooting his little handgun, and
No,
they're
it
just
doesn't work
missing
like that.
Yeah.
And you have to reload, folks. You cannot. Yeah, once you shoot
Nope,
9
he
bullets.
just kept running.
I know he gets shooting.
Kept
I
running
know.
and shooting.
He escapes into another room. He has an encounter with Ludacris. They blow a hole through the door that he blocked, and then he runs away, and they just stand there.
They
he's
just
right
all
there.
stop and wait
He's
for
like,
their next orders.
He's right there. He's literally 100 feet down the hall. All you have to do is keep chasing him. It didn't make any sense. Oh my God, Dee Dee's chopping up a lung
Lord,
over this
okay,
film.
I am.
Yeah,
That's so funny because it was literally they just stopped. When
Yeah,
Ludacris stopped,
yeah,
and they
let's-
just looked at him, and the guy was right there. I know. I was like,
The
what
scene
the
just
hell is
ended.
going on?
Have you not seen a Jason Bourne film? These scenes
Just,
go on
like,
for
walk
hours.
a few more feet, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be right there.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. So,
Oh,
oh,
God, so
God.
bad. It was so
I don't know if the game was that shitty, but Jesus Christ.
Ah.
You need to see this because why explain how this government-funded drug works when we can just have you watch this promotional video instead? Hour and 3-minute mark. So basically, he goes to somebody's apartment. I guess it's Mila Kunis' place, right? Because Kunis shows up and they watch a video together. They watch a video together, right? Remember that? I know. We're trying to think of it.
Like, why is this movie still going on?
I know, hang in there because we're not done. We haven't got the villains yet. We're getting close. So anyway, they watch a promotional video of how the drug. So we should mention there's this blue serum drug that the government created to make soldiers stronger and not have any fear while in battle. But apparently the side effect of this is you hallucinate and see CGI angels and kill yourself. That's the bad side. Right. But there's this one fucking guy who stole a shitload of it, and that's that Lupino character, not Ida Lupino. That's a different actress. This guy who apparently was on, not Oz, what's the other one? Prison Break. Yeah. He's using it to build an army and keep himself fueled so he can just hack people apart, which he does, and keep drinking this blue meth liquid shit. It's like Gatorade in a little vial. That's all it is. But what pisses me off is you can't write a narrative that you don't have to stop the film to have two people watch a video that you have to watch. Why can't you write something that incorporates that a little better than having to stop the film to watch a video? Like, that's literally what happens.
Well, because Mark Wahlberg kept saying, "How can I look better?"
Hey guys, how can I look better? How can I look cooler?
Hey, say hi to your mother from me.
Have you noticed any side effects? Well, other than getting shitty tattoos and murdering innocent people? Nope. We're all good on it.
Yeah, come eat burgers that my brother made.
Come down to. Oh, wait, I got that joke coming up. Hang on, I can't want to blow that joke yet. He killed my.
I'm so sorry.
Hang on, it's two lines away. He killed my wife. We're just gonna sit around here and look constipated about it. Okay, not that great a line, but there is more waiting around in this turd than in line at your local Wahlburgers. Hey-o!
Oh boy, there we go.
See, that whole joke was shot. We overshot the mark.
Oh,
on the
I'm so sorry. I mentioned it before you did.
Sorry.
This is where all the candles come in too, right?
Okay, hang on. The candles are coming. Eh? The showdown's on. Yeah.
Candle budget in this movie must have been $1 million.
I know, right?
Candles everywhere, all the time.
Oh my God! And in case you're wondering what the budget, folks, so we haven't really talked about a budget, but it is pretty much wasted. We're looking at $35 million.
No, it's probably the same as about a Meatloaf video.
All right, Griffin with the win. I don't even keep going with that joke. Max Payne bullet time, guys. Alert around the hour and 10-minute mark, just in case you didn't get enough of it in the Matrix. So basically, we should mention in the video game, they kind of did bullet time. And that's what kind of made the video game popular, is because you're inside the character's head, and his heightened senses were able to slow down time, so you were able to accurately shoot at the villains in the video game. That was kind of the gimmick of the bullet time motif in the video game. Now, I don't know if the Matrix stole that from the video game, or they came up with it, or the Matrix came up with it first, and then the video game stole it. I think that's how it went down, right, Griff?
The Matrix was, 1998, 99?
I believe that was before the video game. Okay, so basically, the video game stole the bullet time effect. Yeah. That's what that is, folks. It's recreated here, but boy, it looks fucking stupid here. And again, it just looks ripped off from the Matrix. So if you, apparently, when you pass that point cinematically, you really just shouldn't even do that.
Well, I think this whole movie looks like they found out their budget had bottomed out halfway through.
Well, $35 million. It really isn't that much of a budget.
I feel like
straight out of a video game.
Yeah, there's that.
I feel like they thought that their budget was double, and then halfway through they said, "Oh, they decided to go in a different direction."
So we mentioned that Wahlberg gets fed up and he's gonna go shoot a Lupino, apparently, because he thinks Lupino killed his wife. So basically, we're in a warehouse where all the blue meth is, and Walter White is not in the scene, but he starts shooting up, and there's the bullet time thing. The Angels are not done with you yet. Wahlberg and discount Jason Statham, this Filipino character, finally square off against each other a minute later, guys, only to have it end anticlimactically with the bullet from Beau Bridges. What kind of lame fucking scene is that? They start fighting, and Beau Bridges just shoots Filipino. We should mention that, Dee Dee, this is your scene. There's about 1,400 candles that are lit for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, you just go into a room, and then there's all these candles. Really?
Well,
they leave them burning there for all this time?
Yeah,
but it was at the beginning, too, wasn't it, when they were beating up
yes.
that guy in that chair, too, and they had all those candles there, too.
He likes candles.
Didn't it feel like dollar store John Woo?
Oh, Griffin with the win on that one. All right, I don't even keep going. All right, she got the joke of the night there.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's get out of here. Shouldn't someone put out all of those candles first?
I know. Seriously.
You're right, Dee Dee. I knew she was going to slide out the candles. There has to be 100 of them in that room. Who lights all that?
Yeah, just the thought of like lighting all of those candles. Someone had to do that.
Some poor production assistant.
No, that would make a great SNL sketch if they would shoot. Okay, cut. And then it would have everybody who's trying to like blow out all the candles for a scene.
That's a great sketch. Oh, you're right, because some poor production assistant has to light all those fucking candles. Guys, there's no reason for it. No drug user or drug maker does this, okay? Like, I'm sorry to bust your bubble. It's an aesthetic thing for film. It doesn't even match the scene or the characters in the film.
Yeah, because they're in some like warehouse.
Now, no, not yet. Cuff them. Because God forbid we should kill the protagonist too early and end this boring film. So basically, Beau Bridges captures who's supposed to be the friend of Max Payne, ends up knocking him over the head, and he captures him and cuffs him. Beau Bridges is the bad guy, folks, not this Lupino guy. So we're going to find, hang on, there's revelations coming up. By the time Michelle stopped screaming that night, despite the fact she was killed in broad daylight, Bridges can't even keep his own evil villain plan dumped straight. Did you notice that? He says by the time Michelle stopped, indicating that he killed Michelle, Payne's wife, but he says that night, but he killed her in broad daylight.
I feel like he didn't know how to play it.
No, poor Beau Bridges did not. He makes a terrible leap.
Beau Bridges. He was Beau Bridges.
It should be a strung out junkie suicide. Why did Bridges bother to uncuff Payne instead of just attaching that rope to his cuffs?
Yeah. My God, I hate the trope of.
I know. I said
like describing your suicide to you.
Yep. So basically, the villain describes how he's going to kill the hero, but not before he uncuffs him and allows him to escape. Which he does, and he jumps into the ice cold water, which you hang in there. Screw him, he'll freeze to death. And now we're going to be back to the opening scene where we still could care less about the main character. Not yet.
Even
Max.
less, I think.
Yeah. We should mention he's a miserable character. Payne is not. He's not likable. And
there's nothing to connect the viewer.
He is
to the
actually.
character
Oh my
at
God!
all.
How great is it to hear a male character be described as not likable?
Well, I'm saying he's less likable than Jessica Jones, and she's an asshole. So if you're gonna be less,
Jessica Jones,
I can't stand her, and he's less likable than her.
I'm still interested in her.
Not yet, Max. Not before Payne is gonna down some. So anyway, he goes into the water. His wife tells him in a fever dream that he can't die yet. That's why he says not yet, Max. And he floats up back to the surface. And not before he was going to down some liquid meth, some Walter White meth, and scream like a dinosaur while CGI angels fly around him at the hour.
It wasn't even like liquid. It was like, that like sludge that like you got
Jello shot.
No, you got as a kid that was like, drink this like liquid sludge. It's candy.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what he's drinking. Yeah, he chunks down two of them.
He drank 80s candy.
Yeah.
And he does, and then he jumps up and he screams like a dinosaur, and then all of a sudden there's all this time we get the special effects dump. It's hysterical, and there's a special effects dump where all these CGI angels are flying around. This is
totally off the rails at this
point.
Oh
no, it goes.
I was like,
we don't know.
Weird and off the rails. Yeah, this was just like bonkers.
Oh shit, he's not dead. He's here. Duh. So anyway, now he's committed to go after Beau Bridges and all the henchmen because they to stop him from getting away. Max, Max, Look out for those CGI angels tearing apart the ceiling to this office like they escaped from a Constantine episode around the hour and 25-minute mark. So basically he goes on the hunt he kills a bunch of guys, but this asshole Beau Bridges, and we're going to talk about his nickname in a second, wants to get to the roof so he can get a helicopter so he can get out of there and escape. And Mr. Payne is tearing apart the office in a drug-fueled rage. BB, Your film sucks when your lead villain is named after a round pellet. Also, not to be confused with BB-8.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking BB Netanyahu. That's what.
That's all right. We can go with that. All right, so we can go with that. All right, so we got a lot of BBs going on, folks.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever joke works for you, go with it. Mila Kunis decides to show up and help him out. We should say she disappeared off camera for a while. She comes back on, shoots a couple of guys, and allows Mr. Wahlberg to get to the roof to shoot Beau Bridges, which he just fucking nails him. And then, of course, not before being shot 14 fucking times.
Yeah, he got shot with a shotgun and a machine gun.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Like,
we should mention
Mr. Machine gun.
Wahlberg's character's critically injured after shooting Mr. Beau Bridges on the top of this helipad at the most anticlimactic death ever. But okay, so then he walks to the edge of the helipad. All these cops are looking for him. And then we get this, he kneels and looking out over the city. And he says, I don't know about heaven, but I do believe in angels. That's why I said Payne reunites with his dead wife and his kid in his memory, yet still remains alive at the end of this turd. You can't have it both ways. Is he dead at the end of the film or not? Nobody knows.
I don't know. It was weird because it suddenly stopped snowing and turned into this beautiful day.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Yes, it was gorgeous on top of that building. But I don't understand. I didn't get the end of the film. I honestly did. Griffin on credits? Was there anything?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. All right,
Griffin on bonkers too.
Griffin on credits. What do you got?
It's so cute that they thought that they had potential for a sequel.
What?
Okay,
Yes.
so you see Max Payne walking into some random ass Boston bar, and this bartender he orders a beer, and he's like, "Good to see you again." And so then he walks to the bar and gets it and goes to a booth, and Mila Kunis is there. She slides over a newspaper that said this this fucked up farm
the drug company
big pharma company. With Kate Burton's photo. Their stock has just skyrocketed because they just released this new thing, and he's like, okay. So that's it.
What? That was it.
The credits themselves were so bananas with all the flames and all these different
Jesus
kinds of
Christ.
guns and bullets going off. That's where the budget went.
The credits were like an ad for the NRA.
Oh my God! Really? Oh Christ!
All these different close-ups of all these guns and fire and bullets.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God! All right, so they were set up for a sequel that never happened. First of all, I guess the logical question right there, just based on what you're saying, is how did he survive and not be? How is he not in jail? How's this guy walking the streets again? Right?
Because he's
shot.
He was shot several times. He should be dead.
Because
but all right,
he's white.
Guys, I thought the film was bad. I didn't know the end credits were even worse.
Oh God, the end credits were bonkers.
Oh my God! If you're gonna make me watch all those, at least go pew pew.
It was off the charts, man, with all the flames and all of this, and I was like, holy cow!
Oh my God! I thought I guess they thought this was gonna be a hit, and obviously it tanked. It was a complete bomb, folks. In case you're wondering, $35 million just thrown right out the window. So all right, so there you go, folks. That is Jesus Christ. That is Max Payne, and boy, we're in pain after watching this.
Maximum pain for sure.
We took it out and played with it a lot longer than we should have. Can we flush it, ladies? Can we please flush it?
Pew pew pew.
Well, there you go, folks. Consider it flushed out. That is it for this week. I want to thank my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Midwest movie mogul Colleen Griffin, and our extended co-flusher, Didi Moreau from the Steel Cage Radio Podcast. Great job, Didi. We appreciate you stepping in. Miss Polton this week. Yes. We were Sans guest this week, but we're going to recoup it next week. We're going to be back with Flush yet another cinematic turd. Until then, say goodbye, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Sarah Polton, and I want to thank you for listening to This Week and every week as we flush these turds down our cinematic bowl here in the restroom. And by turds, I mean the movies, not my ex-boyfriends. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play Music so we can attract more listeners and so you don't miss a single episode. We love feedback, so email us at signalsoffury@gmail.com with your comments and suggestions for future flushes. Also, be sure to check out our home restroom on the net, signalsoffury.com. Until next time, remember, we're here to flush it, so you don't have to see it. I'm Sarah Polton, and this has been the award-winning Soiled Restroom Cinema.